Santiago, a young shepherd from Andalusia, Spain, lives a simple life traveling with his sheep. He enjoys the freedom of this lifestyle but feels a sense of restlessness. A recurring dream intrigues him. In his vision, he discovers a hidden treasure at the Egyptian pyramids. Santiago is curious by nature, fascinated by books and the knowledge they offer about the world, but he senses that something greater is destined for him. Unable to decipher the dream, Santiago consults a gypsy woman. In her modest home, she interprets the dream and tells him to travel to Egypt to find the treasure. She asks for a portion of the treasure as payment. Although Santiago finds her interpretation strange, something about her words ignites his desire to explore. Shortly after, while resting in a square and reading a book, Santiago meets a mysterious old man who seems to know much about his life. The man introduces himself as Melchizedek, the king of Salem. He explains that everyone has a personal legend, a destiny they are meant to fulfill, but many abandon this path out of fear or complacency. Melchizedek gives him 2 stones, Urim and Thummim, which he says will help Santiago make decisions in times of doubt. Inspired, Santiago sells his flock of sheep and heads to North Africa, determined to follow his personal legend. In Tangier, Morocco, Santiago faces the harsh reality of being a foreigner. He does not speak the local language and is swindled by a stranger who steals all his money. Penniless, Santiago feels tempted to give up and return to his life as a shepherd. However, as he observes the city and reflects on Melchizedek's words, he decides to start anew. He finds work in a crystal shop and, with his innovative spirit, suggests ways to attract more customers, such as selling tea in crystal glasses. A year later, the shop thrives, and Santiago saves enough money to continue his journey. He joins a caravan traveling through the desert toward Egypt. During the journey, Santiago meets an Englishman searching for an alchemist living in the oasis of Al-Fayoum. The Englishman explains the science of alchemy and the concept of transforming lead into gold. While Santiago respects his friend's enthusiasm for books, he realizes he learns more by observing the desert and the signs around him. At the oasis, Santiago meets Fatima, a kind and beautiful young woman who lives in the desert. The two fall in love, but Fatima encourages Santiago to continue his journey, assuring him she will wait for him. At the oasis, Santiago also encounters the Alchemist, a mysterious and wise man who sees Santiago's potential to achieve his goal. The Alchemist decides to accompany him to the pyramids. During their journey across the desert, the Alchemist teaches Santiago about the soul of the world, the idea that everything in the universe is interconnected and that one must listen to the heart to understand life's signs. When the two are captured by desert warriors, the Alchemist declares that Santiago can transform into the wind. To prove it, Santiago meditates deeply and, by connecting with nature and the elements, creates a sandstorm. Impressed, the warriors set them free. Finally, Santiago reaches the pyramids and begins digging for the treasure. However, he is attacked by thieves who beat him and steal his belongings. During their conversation, one of the thieves ironically mentions a dream he had about a treasure buried beneath a tree in an abandoned church in Spain. Santiago realizes the true treasure has always been in the place where his journey began. Returning to Andalusia, Santiago digs at the location mentioned in the thief's dream and finds a chest filled with gold and precious stones. Despite finally obtaining material wealth, he understands that the greatest treasure was the journey itself, the lessons learned, the love for Fatima, and his connection to the world. Important lessons from The Alchemist and how to apply them in everyday life. The book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho is much more than an adventure story. It is filled with profound lessons about life, purpose, and finding fulfillment. Here are the main lessons we can take from the work and how to apply them in our daily lives. 1. Follow your personal legend, your life purpose. Santiago teaches us that everyone has a personal legend, a unique purpose. However, we often let fear, challenges, or other people's opinions pull us away from that path. How to apply. Identify what truly drives you, your talents and passions. Even if it feels risky or difficult, take small daily steps toward that goal. Remember, the journey may be challenging, but it's worth it. 2. The universe works in favor of those who follow their dreams. Melchizedek tells Santiago that when someone commits to their purpose, the universe conspires to help. This conspiracy doesn't mean everything will be easy, but that opportunities will arise when you're truly dedicated. How to apply. Stay alert to the signs around you. Opportunities can come from unexpected places. Trust the process and be ready to act when they appear. 3. Challenges are part of the journey. Santiago is robbed, faces doubts, and encounters dangers, but each challenge teaches him something important. His initial loss in tenure, for instance, forces him to mature and find new solutions. How to apply. View obstacles as part of the learning process. Every problem is an opportunity to grow, adapt, and become more resilient. 4. The value of the journey lies in what you learn, not just the final destination. While Santiago searches for a material treasure, he discovers that the greatest value lies in the personal transformation he experiences along the way. How to apply. Don't live just to achieve goals. Appreciate the process. Pay attention to the people, experiences, and lessons that emerge as you pursue your objectives. 5. Listen to your heart and trust your intuition. Santiago learns to listen to his heart and follow his intuition, even when logic suggests otherwise. He realizes that his heart can guide him because it is connected to the soul of the world. How to apply. When making important decisions, don't ignore your intuition. Learn to balance reason and emotion. Often, the right answer is already within you. 6. Everything is connected, the language of the world. The concept of the language of the world reminds us that we are connected to everything around us, people, nature, and even situations. This connection helps us understand that our actions have an impact. How to apply. Cultivate empathy and respect for people and the environment. Reflect on how your choices affect the bigger picture, and strive to act consciously. 7. True love supports, it doesn't hold back. The relationship between Santiago and Fatima shows that genuine love doesn't stop someone from pursuing their dreams. Fatima encourages Santiago to continue his journey, demonstrating that love is about supporting the other's growth. How to apply. In your relationships, be an encourager and seek people who support your dreams. Avoid relationships that limit your freedom to be who you are. 8. Use the resources you have right now. When Santiago is robbed, he doesn't give up. Instead, he uses the resources he has, like his ability to work, to start again. How to apply. Don't wait for perfect conditions to act. Start with what you have and build your path with patience and effort. 9. Trust the timing of things. Santiago learns that everything has its right time. He doesn't find the treasure immediately because he still needed to learn and grow throughout the journey. How to apply. Be patient. Often, what you desire takes time because there's something you need to learn before you're ready. 10. The treasure is often closer than we imagine. In the end, Santiago discovers that the material treasure was in the same place where his journey began. This doesn't invalidate his journey but symbolizes that the true treasure lies in who you become and what you learn. How to apply. Reflect on what already exists in your life that holds value. Often, we search outside for something that is already within us. Conclusion. The Alchemist teaches us that following our dreams is not just about achieving something great, but about who we become along the way. In everyday life, we can apply these lessons by being more attentive to the present, courageous in the face of challenges and open to opportunities. The greatest treasure is not gold, but living a purposeful life, learning at every step.